how to save money in Australia. Wait. This video is just for the people who live in Australia and want to save the money? The answer is no. So because I live in Australia, I live in Melbourne right now, so this video I make and I say that's how to save money in Australia, but actually you can use wherever you live in the world, especially with the country that you live and you want to save the most money from your daily habit and from the daily thing. This video that can apply for you. And let's see what is the 5 habits I will sharing with you today about what is changed my life when I changed my financial habits to achieve to saving more in Australia. So the first habit that you need to change is stop eating outside. This is the thing that I learned a lot during the COVID-19. So because this COVID-19 it helped me to save a lot of money because I don't hang out more and I don't spend money to eating outside. But before when I spend eating outside, especially in Melbourne, the mostly city in the world is very expensive, at least $12. But normally if you eat hot pot or something, it can up to $50 or $100. So for example, if every single day you just eat one meal outside, so how much you will spend for 1 week? So it could be $84. But if you cook at home, even in the CBD in Melbourne, if you can cook at home, I just eat seafood. I cook seafood at home, and it just cost me around $10 in maximum for cooking for myself to eat seafood at home. I can eat salmon. Salmon is more expensive, so it can cost me around $12. So the second thing that I want to share with you about the way how I save in the money in Australia is stop buying the discount clothes. Before, when I study, that this is the biggest mistake for me when I studied here. So surrounding me, most of my friends, their daily routines is the morning go to the school and the afternoon they go to shopping. So it takes a lot of money, and we very enjoy to buy the thing with discount price. For example, like the clothes for $300 and it have a discount for $30. It have a discount for 30%. Or so it will be around $200, $210 something. So we will love to buy that one. And if it's discount for 50%, make sure with you that I will buy this. Even that I didn't have the idea before that I need this one. But if it is a nice clothes and it's discount 50%, I decide to buy this one. But this is the biggest lesson. Not the biggest, but this is a big lesson. Yeah. So the idea is when you spend $150 to buy the stuff have a 50% discount. It means normally $300 for a jacket, and now it's just $150. You feel, oh, you are so lucky. You get luck today because you can buy the products with the 50% price. Nope, it's not the way you should think. This is the way that I used to think a lot before. I always think in this way, okay, I'm saving 50%. But the reality is, I spending $150 for the thing that I don't need. So now in my home, I still have around 30 t-shirts that I just wear less than one time. And most of them I buy here in Melbourne. So you see, I waste $1,000 to just buying the clothes that I doesn't wear even just one time. The problem here is because I love buying discount. This is about mindset of shopping. So when you can switch mindset about buying the discount stuff into the mindset that, okay, you are wasting your money because you buy this stuff, everything will be changed. And the tip number 3 is buying the stuff with the cheap price. If you are in Australia, maybe you will know very familiar with Coles and Woolworths, right? So instead of buying the food in Coles and Woolworths and whenever you want, just check it out because the time that's more, okay, maybe in Woolworths they will have the discount price on Monday, Friday, but in Coles they will have the discount price on Thursday and Wednesday. So choose the day that they have the discount price and then buy from Coles or Woolworths. It will help you to save. Maybe it can be from 20% or 10% or even sometimes it can up to 50% when you buy on the discount day. And the second thing is, when you buy the stuff in Australia, trying to buy the seasonal food. So for example, like if you go to the supermarket and you buy the banana, now in Melbourne it's around $4. But 1 month before, the price for banana here is just $2. So it's 50% cheaper. But now more cheaper is apple. So change your fruit from the banana to cheap apple. It helps you to save more money when you eat the food in seasonal style. Yeah. And one thing that I recognized recently is when you buy the food, especially fresh foods in Australia, if you choose to buy in the evening, you easily can buy the cheaper price in the supermarket compared to in the morning. Because in the morning, everything they will give you a new one, so it's a fresh. But in the evening, the thing is quite old. But actually, because they keep in the big fridge place, I mean that's they keep in the cold place, so it's good. It looks like that you just need to buy this and put in the fridge. So I mean that you can save $2 or $3 per kilo if you buy in the evening compared to you buy in the morning in the supermarkets in Australia. So let's try this tip if you live in Australia, or even that if you live in your country. Maybe in the evening, the food normally will be cheaper, even though for fresh food or the ready to eat food. And one more thing that I just recognized recently is about the frozen foods. So when you buy the frozen foods like frozen vegetable, actually before I think that the nutrition in the fresh vegetable is more compared to the frozen vegetable. But after studying Master Trainer about fitness, I recognize, and about nutrition, I recognize that okay, actually the frozen vegetable is also have the nearly similar amounts of vitamin and everything the same like fresh vegetable. So when you eat frozen food, it's cheaper, but it still have the same value of nutrition, or just a little bit lower, could be, yeah. But it doesn't mean that okay, when you buy the frozen products, it will be just have around 10% of nutrition, and when you use fresh product, it can have a 100% of all nutrition. And when you use frozen products, you can keep it for many days. But with the fresh vegetable, for example, you just can keep in 1 or 2 days. And for me, I usually throw a lot of fresh vegetable because I cannot complete in 1 or 2 days. But every week I just spend 1 day to go shopping, so it's very hard to keep all. So use this tip if you want to save more. And the tip number 4, this is don't buy phone plan. This is the big mistake for me when I just come to Melbourne. So I buy the phone plan for 1 year, and every month I spend $50 for my phone plan. But for my friend, they just spend for monthly, and they usually have a lot of discount. So for example, if you buy monthly, you can buy $30 or $20 per month for the phone plan per month. But when you buy for me for a year, I mean that I just get a printer. At that time I get a printer just $30, but every month I pay for phone plan $50. So it's not the good business, right? But this is the way that I change my plan. After that I change to month by month. It helps me to save more, and also can easily to turn from the different. For example, like sometimes I use Vodafone and sometimes I can use Telstra. And the tip number 5 is have your weekly limitation for spending. Before, be honest, I didn't have my limitation for spending. This is very big mistake, because when you don't have a limitations for spending and you don't have a priorities for what you really need to buy, so you will spend a lot. So whenever my friend invites me to have a party or hang out, I already to go with them because I don't have a limitations for my spending. So when I limit my spending weekly, it helps me to save more money, because I will control, okay, in this week I just spend that amount of money, and if I have a 5 party this week, it will get over, and I don't want to get over this limitation. So I don't go to that 3 party, and I just decide which is the 2 one that is the most interesting and what is the most enjoyable for me to decide to go. So it's helped me not only save money but also save the time and spend the time for productivity and will spend the time for doing more work rather than just hang out and buying the stuff or enjoy time with my friend. Yeah, and this is some tip that's very effectively that I use, and I believe that it's very useful for me and also very useful for you that you can apply. And if you want to know more about how to be more productivity, you can check it out my video here. So this is the video that I sharing with you about 5 ways to boost your productivity in this year 2020, and I will see you in this video how to boost your productivity in 2020. See you there.